All right, so we're off again today. We're gonna go to the still basin first, try to pick up a few trout, and I'm gonna try to get them on a rooster tail today, and maybe I got some small spoons, and I'm really upset. Back in the day, I used to fish what was called a Z-ray. It was a little spoon, and it worked really, really good on stock trout. And I had 4 or 5 of them. Now these lures are 30 years old, and I couldn't find them. So I'm a little upset about that, but we'll go ahead and try rooster tail and see what we can do. Then I want to go to one of the boat ramps that has the concrete right off the dock and get some pictures of the concrete and underneath the dock with the Aqua View and do a little more bank fishing. And if you're wondering, no, there's nothing wrong with my boat. There's nothing wrong with my kayak. I'm just enjoying the time off and doing a little walking and going around and showing you guys the bank of Lake Merideth, Texas. So stay tuned. So we're stopped here right outside of town. So they're bringing in wind turbine blades. They got all 3 of them. There goes the first one. As you can see, it's quite an entourage. Here in the panhandle of Texas, this is pretty much a daily event. There are so many wind turbines going up and have been for the past 10 years. As you can see, these things are ginormous. All right, there we got one. All right, there's another one. Here, buddy. There we go. Nope, didn't get him. He's still playing with it. But these stock fish are not very robust, so you're gonna see a few. There we go. He took it that time. You're gonna get a few that are gonna die on you, and you shouldn't feel too bad. Because what you will see are birds. And birds will come by and they'll feed on these fish. Oh, isn't he pretty? So these fish, they will stay in the food cycle, or in the food chain. There again. Let him go. And we'll save him for a kiddo to catch. Oh, look at that, we got 2. All right, so off from the spill basin, we're gonna go ahead and head out and see if we can find some bass now. Play with that Aqua View a little bit. Now I can say, if I did have my boat out today, that right there looks like a pretty prime spot to be. This whole shoreline along this is normally pretty good for walleye at certain times of the year. It gets real deep on around that corner right there. So I promised Jazzy she could come down to Blue first time. And we'll put her in 4-wheel drive just so she feels tough. She gets really mad when I call her a mall crawler. But this is where we come down and we play with the toys, with the Razor and the UTVs and whatnot. It's a fun little place. As you can see, it's helmet required. If you're on a ATV, you don't have a roof over you. So let's go ahead and stop here and Going 4-wheel drive, all right, Jazzy? Okay. And it is really sandy down here. Probably not the greatest idea, being how we don't have a vehicle to pull us out if we needed it. This is Blue West. Little boat launch up here. Real good fishing hole. We got the Aqua View out. If you're wondering what all this garbage is, I don't have everything I want yet, so I can power it off of the Aqua View. But that's what gives you the images on the computer. So let's go ahead and drop this thing down. Turn on our recording right quick. So I'd love to tell you that we got some great underwater footage, but we really didn't. Here on this dock, there just wasn't much under there. So I'll show you a few seconds of it, but then we'll go ahead and cut to some fishing. All right, well, this shouldn't be near as bad a walk today. But again, it's kind of sad to see how far the lake's come down. I fished off the dock there for a minute. Lost one of my favorite lipless crankbaits. So setting it up probably wasn't a good thing to do. Kind of forget when you're fishing from the bank, can't just hit the trolling motor and go over and get your favorite lure. It's just gone. But anyway, we're gonna wander over to this point, do a little fishing off of there, see if we can pick up a bass, or maybe even a walleye. We're gonna start out today throwing a 3.5-inch Kayak, swing impact, 60 shad color on just a shaky head. Just kind of drag it along. See if we can get something to bite on that. Yeah, we're just dragging this shaky head along the bottom. Move on, nothing to see here. Just need to make sure when you're doing this, you leave yourself plenty of room to get a good hook set. You know, because if you drag this all the way, and watch, I'll get a bite when I do it, all the way up here, you don't really have room for a hook set. Just take short, maybe 2.5 foot. Reel it up a little bit. Just drag it along. You know, I'll try to zoom in out there, but I came up in here to look to see if I'll be able to launch my kayak from here, because this normally is a pretty decent fishing spot. Not great, not my favorite by any means, but when I go to put my kayak in, it's real easy in and out. And normally the wind doesn't get too bad in this stretch in here, and there's a few fish, but I've seen a few seagulls and a few birds, but when I rolled up here, there are a lot of birds. I seen 2 or 3 seagulls. So I think maybe we're gonna try this a little later. Getting kind of late today, but anyway, glad we come down here. Well, I hope you enjoyed the short tour we had of Lake Merideth, Texas. And I can't wait to get that Aqua View out on the water and get some quality footage for you guys. But until next time, keep your lines tight and we'll see you on the next one.